this video might be a disaster because so basically I want to do some reactions to some Fate openings today. So the thing is, Fate is one of those series that as far as I know, it looks like sort of huge and confusing in terms of like where everything is on the timeline and like what series are attached to what. And I imagine, you know, each of the series probably can be watched like individually standalone, or you can watch them as a greater story or whatever. It seems like one of those series. I've never actually watched a Fate series before, but I've always seen stuff about it. I've seen character designs. I've been to anime conventions where there's been Fate stuff around, you know. So I'm vaguely aware of Fate on the sides of my, you know, weird anime mind. But with the show, I haven't seen it before. I don't even know what it's about, really. At all. I just know what it's called, and I'm pretty sure that Ufotable did a Fate series somewhere, didn't they? So anyway, Fate. I wanted to do some Fate OPs. Now, I didn't want to do all of them in a video. I wanted to just like do a little bit and just get a feel for it. So the thing is, I had no idea which ones to do, and it's very difficult to look up stuff like this. And also, I'm trying to look stuff like this up without looking at the openings and without reading anything about what the Fate series is about, because I want to be blind. So so I did my best. Today, I'm going to be trying to do reactions to the Fate Stay Night series, I guess. So from looking into it and looking on animethemes.moe, it's a website that sort of compiles anime themes. I found what I think are the OPs. I have 5 different OPs here. So the 5 different OPs, as far as I know, are 2 OPs from like the original Fate Stay Night series. There's one that's like a TV reproduction, so I guess that's maybe like a remake. And then there's Unlimited Bladeworks, where there's 2 OPs for that. And I think Unlimited Bladeworks, I guess, is probably a sequel series. This is all my guess just from the names and like the posters. That's basically that's all my guess from all of that. But again, I know basically nothing about this series. So I'm going to be watching all of these on YouTube. I wish I could watch it on the Anime Themes website that I was just talking about, but the buffering on that website is horrible, and it's basically unusable for where I am. So I'm just watching them on YouTube. And one final thing is, the problem is with the Unlimited Bladeworks ones, the only versions I could find on YouTube are the 60 FPS versions, the upscaled versions or whatever. So I'm not going to take into account the upscaling stuff when I'm talking about these OPs, because I know that's just a weird thing that YouTubers upload and stuff. But anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, we're going to be getting into these OPs regardless. So let's just jump into the first one. This is called Fate Stay Night Opening 1. It's called Disillusion. And I think this is a bit of an older one, so let's just jump right into it. Here we go. Okay, yeah, this does feel like an older one. Oh, sounds like an older one as well, but it has nice production. Ooh. It feels like an OP 3 or 4, you know, like once they start to get to the emotional seasons. Oh, look at all these these characters look a little off, like their eyes look a little weird. Oh my god, and there's a fight scene with this emotional music. Okay. Alright, so some sort of magic series, I think. Oh, I know this character. Damn, it feels like an emotional song. In fact, I'm seeing the lyrics, it is emotional. Is it gonna keep going, or is it done? It's done. Episode 9. All right. Yeah, that was that wasn't what I expected, to be honest. I thought I would hear more action heavy of an OP rather than this kind of soft, nice, you know, this cool little ballad. I liked it. yeah, it was cool. It has that sort of older, I mean, it's clearly an older anime of some form. If you've watched my channel before, if you haven't, welcome. I hope you enjoy my channel. If you've watched my channel before, especially if you've watched like my One Piece reactions, you'll know that like with older anime, I tend to not get as attached to older anime. I've watched a decent amount of older anime, but I've never really loved the style of it. But I still feel nostalgia for it. So it still gives me these like very strange feelings when I'm watching an OP like that. It's giving me these feelings of being a kid and seeing this stuff, this sort of anime style, you know, sometimes on TV, sometimes just like online or on like DVDs somewhere, you know. I thought I heard a beep somewhere in my room. I hope not. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I sort of wish I was paying more attention to the visuals, because at the start of the OP, I was focused very heavily on the song. And so I think I missed some of the visuals at the start, but it looks like some sort of magic, but also the city looked pretty modern. So yeah, it feels, you know what it feels like to me? It feels a bit like, a certain magical index, that whole series, that sort of combines a modern day with magic type stuff. It had that sort of vibe to me. But yeah, anyway, let's just jump into the next one. This is Fate Stay Night Opening 2, Kirameku Namida wa Hoshi ni. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think this is more what I expected. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I like it. Yeah, this is more what I expected from the first one. Oh, I like that riff. That girl's kind of cute, even though her eyes are a bit dead. I know that character as well, the one with the black hair. I like what I'm seeing from these characters. This character is always just staring into the distance with her sword, though. So is she the protagonist, or is she like the, you know, female protagonist when there's a male protagonist, you know? Oh. I love this song, actually. Oh! Listen to that. That's sick. The ending to that one was great. Just a it's great, really good. I liked that one a lot. I think that was my preferred one of the two we've seen so far. I got to see like a little bit more personality from some of the characters rather than just like weird fights that I didn't know yet, you know. But I like seeing in OPs when you just have like characters eating together and you can see like, you know, one of the characters had the bowl up to their mouth and was just like chomping down on it and stuff. I like seeing that sort of stuff. But yeah, when I said like this is more what I expected, it was just like that was more of an upbeat type of song. I think it was a weird thing to say that when I said that the first OP felt like an OP 3 or 4, you know, but I think you tend to find that in series where the first OP is like the theme, like that's the one that people associate with the series. You think of like Attack on Titan, the and like Demon Slayer's like classic Gurenge, like all these especially like shonen anime and stuff tend to have the first one set the tone for like it's pretty rock, it's pretty upbeat. It sets the tone for what the action's gonna be like in the series. And I think from an advertising standpoint, that makes sense a lot of the time as well, for the show to be known by that. And then as the show goes on, they start having the OPs be mostly associated with the, with like whatever arc they're doing at the time. And then they start to do some more emotional OPs because they're gonna have more emotional arcs. So that's why I think I feel like I see a lot of OP 3s and 4s and 5s, like there'll be an emotional one thrown in there. But Fate started with an emotional one, so yeah. Now this next one is going to be interesting because this next one is the Fate Stay Night TV Reproduction OP 2010. So is this going to be the same song? Is it going to be the same OP, just like upscaled? Like I don't know. If it's the same OP, I'm just gonna like try to take in the visuals more, you know. But I'm interested to see, you know, sort of what that's going to be like. So let's just jump right into it. This is Fate Stay Night TV Reproduction OP Disillusion. Here we go. Okay, I think this is the same song. Now, is it the same visuals? Let's see how good my memory is. Oh, that's a pretty cool suit up sequence. Whoa, hang on, this is not the same song, surely. I don't remember this breakdown in the song. This is pretty sick. Or maybe it was, and I just forgot it. I'm really focusing on the visuals this time. I really am. Okay, he's got a bunch of tarot cards, I guess. They're making a promise. She's leading an army. She's always doing the exact same thing in these OPs, though. Oh, except now she's fighting a giant. Oh, he just nuked a city. Cool. Alright, yeah, no, these are different visuals. I haven't seen these battles before. Okay, these battles are pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was good. Okay, yeah, no, it was completely, like, it was different song, different visuals, everything was different. It had a similar vibe to it. That's sort of why I got it confused. Because, you know, it sounds like the same singer. Is it the same singer that did all three of those songs? Because it sounded like it, or the same band. It sounded like it probably was. Either that or it's just three women with incredibly similar vibes to their voice. But I really liked it. I really liked the song. I liked the battles in that one the most out of any of the ones that I've seen so far. And I feel like I got a little bit more of a sense of like these characters and the sorts of stories that it might be telling, even though I still can't really tell what the story would be beyond it's like a magical world. But I think maybe in magical world animes, you generally can't really tell much more than that, you know, because they have to show off so many characters and their different abilities and these fights that it's not going to be telling much of a story in the OP other than that. It's just going to be a bunch of symbolism that you only get when you watch the show. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. I wonder about this series because I have no idea if it's my type of series. Generally with this sort of anime, I like long anime, so the idea of a series that has so many different parts to it is cool to me. I do like that aspect of it. But at the same time, you know, like I'm hit and miss on like magic type worlds. It really depends on how it is, so I have no idea. But what we're getting into now is the Unlimited Bladeworks series. And Unlimited Bladeworks is a more modern anime. When did this come out? Okay, this was ufotable, this one. And this came out in 2014, I think. So that's a bit. I think the previous one was like 2006 or something. So this one 2014, 2015, and it's ufotable. Ufotable are pretty incredible. So like this might have some great animation to it because again, it's pretty ufotable, especially with, you know, mostly with Demon Slayer, is incredible. So let's jump into this and let's see how this OP looks. Now that we've seen 3 OPs from a bit of an older anime, let's jump to a bit more modern. Let's do it. Okay, alright, yeah, definitely looks more modern. It's same sort of vibe still with the song. I definitely know that character. I immediately like this though. I feel like I'm getting a better vibe for... See, I see her smiling and stuff now instead of just standing there menacingly. That's what I want to see. Ooh, okay, alright. Her costume transformation sequences and all of these have been great. Whoa, this song's great actually. Oh, damn, okay, that was some backstory there. Oh, Oh man, this is the sort of anime I'd want to watch just for like how ufotable does like the fight scenes and stuff. Wow. Yeah, okay. Immediately, like, that style of OP is, like, a more modern style of anime OP, and immediately that's, like, super appealing to me, you know? Like, I really liked... Like, the song was a very similar type of song, but the chorus was super catchy. And I just liked the way that it was showing a lot of the personalities of these characters, like, purple haired girl, like... You know, cooking some food, tasting it. Oh yeah, it's good. And this other dude or something sleeping, and then like he like wakes up from the table, and then we have a guy lying. I remember there was a guy lying on the floor. Yeah, there was a guy lying on the floor, and then the blonde girl, like for the first time we see her in, you know, just sitting there normally, smiling a little bit, you know, like it was, we've seen 3 OPs, and I feel like in all of those OPs, it was either her swinging a sword or her standing at the front of like at the edge of a cliff or somewhere, or like holding her sword and just staring out into the distance. So it's nice just to see like a little bit more personality from her, because I'm sure she's probably got some personality in the show. But I like seeing it come through in the OP, so that was very nice. But yeah, a good song, had cool visuals. As I said before, unfortunately, I'm having to watch these 4K 60 FPS OPs, which like I know a lot of other people won't like that, and I don't like it either, to be honest. I don't want to watch the OPs like that. But unfortunately, I think they are the only ones up on YouTube, probably because of copyright, like that it can get past copyright with these upscaled versions. But this is the way that I can do it. But yeah, anyway, that was a really good one. So we're gonna go into the final one. I'm excited for this one. So the one that I just watched was called Ideal White. I forgot to mention that. And this next one is called Brave Shine. So let's get into Brave Shine. Here we go. Okay. Interesting, we're focusing on whoever that character is. Oh, is this Ima? I think that's Ima. I love Ima. This girl is very cute. I want to figure out what her personality is, because I love her design. Man, Ima's voice is so good. Ooh. Oh, that ghost thing is cool. I like it. It's like a ghost stand. Whoa. This looks pretty legit. Whoa, the animation on this shit. Wow. Oh, I don't like that pulsing, whatever that was. Oh, I didn't want that to end. Maybe that was the best one just because it was Ima and because the visuals were so good. It just... ufotable have a way with their like blending of 2D and 3D and their like lighting. Oh my god, their lighting. It's so good. Like... yeah, people have mixed thoughts on Demon Slayer. I understand that. I think any series that's going to be popular is going to have people with very, very strong opinions one way or the other. But man, Demon Slayer is a beautiful anime. And like season 2 of Demon Slayer, you know, like the whole second half of that season is just like a light show. Like a spectacle, a pure spectacle. That's incredible. And that's just like what I was watching this OP and I was getting those feelings of like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely gorgeous, you know? It would be a selling point, like watching the series just for that, that style. Oh man, good stuff. I liked it. I love Ima. I want to listen to that song again to properly take in what the song's like, because I was sort of just enjoying it just because it was Ima. I wasn't even listening to if it was a good song or not, but I think it was. So yeah, great stuff. Yeah, I feel like I'm more attached now having seen all of those. Because I've seen the blonde character before, and I've seen the girl that I said I like her design of, that sort of darker haired girl. I've seen those two. The other characters I didn't really recognize. Maybe the red-haired dude, or like the main, I assume he's like the main dude, just because he was very prominent, but I don't know. I really have no idea. I have no idea what the show's about. But regardless, they were cool to watch. So thank you for joining me for these OP reactions. Now the thing is, if you want to see me do more reactions to this sort of stuff, let me know what you want to see in the comments. And if it is like, you know, more Fate stuff, for example, tell me exactly what it is you want me to react to. If you just say, oh, more Fate, I don't know what I'm doing. And I don't want to research it too much because I want to stay blind to all this stuff. So just if you say, hey, react to Fate, you know, blind Batmon, I'll be like, okay, I'm searching Fate blind Batmon opening, clicking on the first link, and I'm doing a reaction video, you know. So let me know if you want to see more of that sort of stuff. But regardless, thank you for watching, and yeah, I will see you next time. Goodbye.